It was a big week for Milwaukee's tech industry. Dozens of events helped launch this year's Startup Milwaukee Week. A big push focused on the next generation and how Wisconsin may be falling behind. Our Matt Smith brings us inside the push to get kids in front of computers.
Oh, you can just run the query again.
Inside Mr. Ferwarda's computer science class at Mukwonago High School.
You guys ready to give us a shot?
A laboratory in its 5th year.
Which field do you think would be a really good one to get rid of?
Bogus.
Bogus, because that's the one that's got meaningless data in it, right?
An IT academy, the brainchild of several teachers.
I think we looked at each other and said, this is insane, let's do this.
Today, about 60 students have enrolled, partnering with local businesses and taking classes in computer science.
It's nice to have that really good foundation, like work foundation from an internship, skill foundation from classes. It makes you really well-rounded.
But not every student in Wisconsin has this option in an industry that's growing at warp speed.
I think if you're not actively leading in this, then you are falling behind. So it's not a matter of just treading water. I don't think you can tread water.
The national nonprofit Code.org says just 42% of Wisconsin's public high schools teach computer science, which is below the national average. The state has created statewide standards, but advocates say has so far failed to fully back and implement a robust plan. Sean Roberts is Code.org's Director of State Government Affairs, which is pushing to expand computer science education across the country.
It's just going to come down to leadership and making the decision that we want to be that national leader and not fall behind other states.
The push was part of Startup Milwaukee Week, the tech community underscoring what's at stake.
That leads to, I think, a lot of the big issues that the tech industry in general, nationally and globally faces, which is diversity. You know, we don't see women and minorities participating in technology, and a way we could reverse that is ensuring that it's in every K-12 school in the state of Wisconsin, regardless of what zip code a student lives in.
I think it's always a work in progress.
Adelia Rumpel is an ambassador for Mukwonago's IT Academy, pushing not only fellow students, but the business community to quickly get on board.
The point of becoming a programmer, an IT professional, or whatever, isn't just to make a ton of money. They will. But the point is to create technology, to create things that will change the world, that will make people's lives better. And that's a big hook for a lot of kids.
So, Matt, has Mukwonago faced any challenges in implementing this?
Yeah, so at the beginning, they spent several years planning this and working with local businesses. They said the business part is really crucial to make this work. On the flip side, the biggest challenge, they say, is getting businesses to partner with them and invest in students. They're a little leery sometimes about having high school kids as interns, but they say once they actually do this, they see the results. So it's selling the program is the phase they're in right now.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
What about the larger issue for schools?
So there are some schools that have challenges with funding and money. And another big aspect is this concept that there's not enough teachers who are trained. There's just not enough people who know computer science or know how to teach computer science. Code.org is working to train teachers as well. So that's another piece of this puzzle as the state looks forward.
Okay, important for the future. Yeah. Thank you. Next, Milwaukee following the lead of other big cities on single-use plastic straws.